don't know exactly why you're so worried, your angels, your spirits, whoever you believe in, they're telling you focus more on your energy, focus more on yourself. There's this inner battle that they're going to face for months and years to come because there's never truly been a clear process or a clear, clean progression regarding on how things happen between the both of you. This person is going to become extremely fucking irrelevant to you, right? And shit, 2-3 years later, you might hear, hey, I have never stopped thinking about you. Why? Because to me, it feels like they're in this humongous energy of avoidance, and the universe, God, spirit, whoever you guys believe in is telling you, stop worrying, stop tripping, let this person figure out their own shit. Because let this person figure out their own shit, because in reality they might not even, and you're probably going to always be the person in their head that they actually ended up failing, right? So the way that I see this reading, keep focusing on yourself, keep staying in your own energy. The person that's mostly going to suffer in the long run, it's going to be them. Okay, let's fucking dive in, cabrones. Avoidance is what causes attachment. And a lot of people don't believe me when I tell you is that avoidance is what causes the attachment to something. If you have a conflict with an individual, the more they avoid this conflict, the more it starts to seep into your subconscious, right? The more that you process the less that you end up processing something, the more it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's why people go out there looking for distraction, so they're not capable of feeling when they did something fucking stupid, right? And you cannot deny me that. And that's specifically what I'm feeling right now as of the moment. The inability for them to be able to process their emotions, it's usually what's going to keep them attached to toxic cycles, toxic individuals, right? And as we say that, we have the devil on top of the deck. And the devil usually signifies attachment to toxic situations, right? So as we dive into this reading, that's specifically what I'm feeling. They have not fully processed your situation. They have not fully processed your ending, and that's what's currently keeping them attached to your cycle. That's what's keeping you attached to the cycle. So we need to learn how to break that, right? And as of now, I ask you, please let me into that energy. If that resonates, stay. If it doesn't, move on. A better reading will always find you. But as of now, I would like to know exactly what energy is my collective under. What energy is my collective under? What energy is my collective under? What energy is my collective under? Okay, the energy of the Queen of Cups. So, a lot of self-care. A lot of self-care. But they're currently in the energy of the Seven of Wands. A lot of trying to defend yourself. A lot of trying to make... That's crazy. That's crazy because I shuffled. Look at this. The devil. I shuffled and the devil comes out on top. Hey, so what I'm specifically feeling makes a little bit of sense right now. A lot of self-care. Maybe you just set up an appointment to go get your hair done, your face done, or maybe lately you have been in this energy of wanting to take care of your body, your face, your hair. A lot of that superficiality, but that superficiality that makes you feel good as a person, not just as a woman or a man, right? And I feel like the more that you enter this energy, the more you put yourself in this energy with the Queen of Cups being shown right here, one thing that's truly going to come up, or that's truly going to show up, is the fact of your ability to be able to be radiant, the ability to be able to attract, the ability to be able to call attention, right? When it comes down to your situations, they're trying to defend themselves extremely crazy. If you guys are no longer together, I don't doubt that this individual could not accept that they were specifically in the wrong. They could not accept that they were specifically the issue or the specific problem. But to me, it just feels like a coward hiding behind their dad, or a coward hiding behind their mom. You guys know when, so they could be a mama's boy or a daddy's boy, or a daddy's girl, but you guys know when a kid starts to like bother a dog, so the dog bites back, and now you have the parent over here bitching at you because your dog bit the kid for the kid bullying your dog, right? I feel like that's their defense mechanism. They throw lighter fluid in the fire and then they ran. And to me, it feels like that energy. It feels like they're very, very defensive because there's parts of themselves that they know that they have done wrong. They have been wrong. They have been incorrect. But it's like part of their ego that's making them want to stay specifically defensive in the situation, right? And the cards are basically telling you, as long as you focus more on giving to yourself, as long as you focus more on your own proper energy, this individual is going to be so bothered because they're going to be so bothered in their own specific world. It's like they want you to confront them. They want you to ask them why you did this. They want to ask more and more and more and more and more and more and more so they can try to make the situations make sense in their head how you were the issue. Right? So I don't doubt that if you're like still dealing with this person, like still having this person in your energy, the best thing you can do is choose to ignore them, because if you don't chase, it's going to bother them. Right? Because they want to make it seem like you're the problem, you're the issue. So as long as you stay in your energy, they're going to feel stupid. Right? So don't do anything drastic. Like, don't think about messaging them, right? But going back to our specific first message, I literally told you, I literally said that these fuckers are literally not processing emotions properly the way that they need to be processing them. That's why there's a specific attachment right there. Okay, so we have the Hierophant reverse with the Seven of Wands. Again, so this is broken commitment. Like, this is broken commitment, and I don't mean to like be an asshole, but ask yourself this. I don't think this individual is genuinely worth your time. As simple as that. Look, the cards are basically telling you, look, oh, that's crazy. The avoidance of conflict. The avoidance of conflict. Five of Wands reverse. But then we have the World reverse, and then we have the Hierophant reverse. It's like the universe is telling you, look, there's truly not much you can invest in this person. There's truly not much you can invest into this individual. And the reason being, it's because it's going to put you in a place where you're going to have to present yourself as, I'm here to give, I'm here to offer. And then they're going to have to put themselves in a specific situation where they're going to make it seem like you're just giving too much. You're just too much. Maybe they even told you that you were too much. Or maybe they're telling you you are way too much, right? And the thing about it is that this individual, I will say that with the Seven of Wands being shown right here very, very strongly, they're like ready to make it make sense in their head why you are too much for them. You get it? So with the World reverse and with the Hierophant reverse, it's like the cards are basically telling you, don't really focus too much on investing. Don't really focus too much on giving. Don't even really think about getting back together with them. And the reason being, it's because what makes you pure, what makes you attractive, what makes you radiant is genuinely the fact that you're going to be in your own personal energy. You're going to be more radiating with yourself, be more satisfied with yourself. Right? And that's the thing. It's like they're expecting you to go after them. It's like they're expecting you to like be ready to fight for them. So it's gonna be like a humongous shock when you're definitely more in your energy, right? I'm telling you, it's gonna be a humongous shock factor when you're more in your energy. As simple as that. And the moon being shown right here with the World reverse and the Hierophant, there is a lot of confusion that you have to acknowledge that we have in this specific commitment, right? So the more that you stay in your own power, the more that they end up scratching their head on why is it that you are preserving yourself. You're more focused on yourself. I'm telling you, like, this it's because I do feel like some of you guys, and I'm gonna fucking clock you with this shit, I do feel like some of you guys have tried to get back together with this person or have begged this person to stay, right? And the Queen of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups with the Four of Pentacles being shown right here, they also kind of spit out this underlying energy of like, even though you might be holding a little bit too tight to what this once was, I feel like you have finally acknowledged that deep within yourself is going to create some form of internal safety that you're going to be able to control, right? Give me more info on them. Give me more info on them, please. Give me more info on them. We have the Two of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Swords. With the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords being shown right here, they're very heavy in your mind about your relationship, they're heavy in your mind about specific partnerships and specific relationships. And the thing about it is that when it came down to your partnership, if something went wrong, they always got extremely defensive. Extremely defensive, right? The Queen of Cups and the Four of Pentacles being shown right here, it's like the overall message you're receiving is stick more to yourself, stay more within yourself. I feel like this energy is what's going to kind of freak them out. And it's going to kind of freak them out because they're expecting you to try to fix things with your Queen of Cups energy, right? And the way that this is coming out is that they haven't truly processed anything that happened between the both of you, and they're more in they're more in this defensive stance regarding your situation, right? Because with the Eight of Swords and with the Seven of Wands, they're more in their head on what's the best way to make it make sense why you failed and why you were the one that failed the relationship. But remember the first message I told you, that avoidance causes attachment. Like the more that you avoid your feelings, the less that you process them, the more confusion you're going to enter regarding the investments that you have done with the World reverse and the Hierophant reverse. I'm going to specifically see whether that message is still relevant, because I definitely do feel like it is. I feel like avoidance does cause attachment, right? And the thing about it is that it's being shown right here that with the Ace of Wands reverse, with the Nine of Swords, there's a lot of frustration regarding their future endeavors, their future partnerships, right? And to me, what's showing up, it's again, look, the Seven of Swords, avoidance. Because the Seven of Swords in some sort of way is regarding avoidance, because you're not coming in with the truth. You're lying to yourself, you're lying to people, you're also being very strategic about how you see a certain situation. With the Eight of Swords, with the Nine of Swords, and with the Seven of Swords, the energy is fucking prevalent. They're truly wondering why they haven't fully been able to move on from you, why they fully haven't been able to fully let go of you, and there's this humongous underlying frustration regarding that situation. But it was because, like, things ended dirty. If you guys are not over it and you guys are still stuck in this situation, personally, the way that I'm seeing it is as long as you prove to this person, or as long as you prove to yourself that you are okay without them, there's always going to be this sort of like energy that bothers them regarding you, right? But going back to what I'm seeing with these specific six cards, it's like there's a lot of mental restless energy currently happening in their head regarding your partnership, because instead of processing, they're trying to fight these emotions, and it's causing them a shit ton of confusion. And that's why you might feel like you guys still have some sort of energy cord with together, but the things are kind of showing up, or this is kind of presenting itself more as like, you have to acknowledge, you have to see that as long as this individual does not process what they need to process, they're going to kind of have you in their energy. They're going to kind of have you in their head. So the more that you focus on yourself, the more that you keep to yourself, it's going to be able to put you in a place where you're going to start to slowly and surely fade away from their energy. And this is going to turn into their specific own lesson, not a lesson that you're personally gonna have to deal with. So yes, years might come and you might forget about this person, and all of a sudden you get a message late at night 5 years from now, I have never ever stopped thinking about you, right? I know it's such a far-fetched conclusion, but to me, that's what the reading is saying. To me, the reading is saying, hey, don't worry, don't think too much about it. As long as you stay in your energy, take care of what you need to take care of, this person is always going to have this very strong underlying battle that they're currently facing, because they end things very unjust. They end things more focused on themselves than more focused on how it's going to affect other people. You get it? So one thing that I specifically want to point out, one thing that I specifically want you to acknowledge, you're doing better than them. Keep focusing on your energy. Just know that their inability for them to heal is going to be what's going to be one of their biggest downfalls, Okay, my name is Noe. I'm the Vaquero, and I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care.